think creating a high-end outdoor space on a budget is impossible, or that you need a huge backyard to have a beautiful patio. Today I'm showing you how we turned a sad, dead garden area into a luxury outdoor oasis you'll actually use, and we did it without the luxury price tag. We're also going to be giving this whole area and patio a makeover. And I am so excited you're here because the transformation is going to be truly shocking. I need to give a big thank you to Navimow for partnering with me on this episode. I can't wait to tell you all about them in just a second. But first, I want to share with you all of the projects we've already tackled out here. Now, when we bought this home, we had a beautiful golf course view, but the garden area, well, it was a little meh. Since then, we've torn out the dead garden, extended our patio with a budget-friendly DIY makeover. These beautiful on a diagonal pavers are just stunning. We've added solar lights, our lantern planter, or as we've lovingly nicknamed the plantern, a huge thrifted lantern, and even Ballard Design dupe planters to cozy up this space. If you're interested in all of these previous decor projects, they are linked for you in my outdoor DIY and decor playlists below, so you can catch up on any of those that you may have missed. And today we're taking it even further with some fresh DIYs, styling, and a final reveal you won't want to miss, so stick around. We're gonna need to do another little cleanup. I know we kind of did that when we did the patio extension. So I'm gonna go grab my leaf blower. We're gonna blow all the leaves off, and we're gonna give it a little spiffing up, and then I'm gonna need you to meet me at one of the back doors, because there's a lot of doors out here. It's a little warm. That's why I've got this fan. If you're working outside, you definitely need one of these. Oh my goodness, it's hot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint this trim and this black, and I'm gonna be using the same black I used on my front door. All of my other door frames and all of my trim are black, and so it makes sense to make this black as well. It's always bothered me, this color. We're gonna paint it now, and we're gonna try to survive the heat. But let me show you what I'm using to paint with. This is one of my favorite paint products ever. It's the repaint tray. It was developed by my friend Billy, so if you're looking for this is really cool because it has a lid, so like we can just put the lid back on. So the color of paint that I'm using is Caviar. It's a black color by Sherwin-Williams. Sherwin-Williams Emerald Line. It's worth spending extra money on good quality paint, especially outdoors. I have learned the hard way. So I already stirred this up. I'm also not taping off around the glass, which I've just learned when I painted my French door inside, the tape didn't really help at all. It bled through the tape anyways, and then you end up scraping it off anyways. I'm just gonna be as careful as I can around the glass, and then we'll just go take a straight edge razor blade and razor it all off when we're done. These are in pretty rough shape, so while we're painting this, we are going to switch out the doorknob and lock set. So we're cutting in. Gonna try to cut in not too crazy here, not make too much of a mess, but make sure we paint it good. Okay, I need to roll that before that gets weird. All right, that's the first coat, woohoo! Now that we've got the patio cleaned up, a coat of paint on the door, while that's drying, let me talk about what's saving us hours every week. Navimow, today's sponsor, and honestly a game changer if you're busy like me. People think robotic mowers can't handle wet or uneven lawns, but Navimow's traction control system lets it tackle wet grass, and mine is St. Augustine, which is notoriously kind of difficult grass, gravel, and slopes like we have back here, without tearing up your yard. It's quiet, like it won't wake up a sleeping baby quiet. It's efficient and it's letting me focus on fun projects instead of pushing a lawnmower in the hot Florida sun. Navimow's Vision Fence technology helps it recognize over 150 different types of obstacles. So it avoids your decor, it avoids your pets like my sweet little DIY dolly, and even kids if they're outside playing while it's mowing. And it's super easy to use. My teenage son actually set it up for me using the app, and now we can control it with voice commands. Let me show you. Hey Google, start mowing. It's that easy and it's surprisingly quiet, so you can enjoy your outdoor space while it's working in the background. I mean, can you even hear it? It's mowing right now, and normally you'd be like, it would be so loud. Plus it has anti-theft alerts, so if someone tries to move it unexpectedly, you'll know about it, giving you peace of mind. If you're ready to reclaim your weekends and let Navimow take lawn care off your plate, check out the link below. There's some really good Prime Day sales going on right now. And let me know if you grab one so that we can be Navimow buddies. So with that mowing in the background, we're gonna get back to that second coat of paint. The first one's dry, and let's finish up that door. I bought this a little while ago, but I really love the black on black look. So we're gonna just do this for our hardware and put it on, and we'll probably have to remove it when we paint the inside of the door because I'm not doing that right now. We're gonna do it. Here we go. Okay, we're done. We can lock it up for the night. So see ya tomorrow. Okay, it's the next morning, so this should be dry enough for us to start scraping, and I'm just gonna take a little straight edge blade here. So all we're gonna do is just start scraping this off, and it should come off very easily, which it is. See, look at that. Oh yeah. So that's what it will look like. You're probably going like, what is that white paper? Well, this is like a bathroom. Like right in there, there's a shower, a toilet, a sink, and we needed to do something for privacy. And I have some plans. I have not ordered a custom roller shade yet. I'm gonna probably order that today. I just need to double check the measurements. I think we will do for this episode is I have gotten some of that reeded window film that makes it look like a reeded glass. I think that will look really, really pretty. Let's give it a try. So this is what we're gonna do. I think this will give it like a really modern and contemporary look and just add a lot of interest in here. And then I've ordered a black roller shade that just pulls, it's not automated. All right, let's get doing this. It looks like an absolute mess right now, but it will look good in the end, and I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. And we'll decide what to do with the casing around the door when we decide what we're doing with the rest of the room. So I'm gonna leave it white for now, and I think that's the right call, temporarily. So here's what we've got going on. Normally I would need to paint the inside of here, but at minimum, kind of like this right here. But it is super hot, super humid out right now. And so normally you would take it off the hinges or like maybe open it so I can paint it from the other side. That's just not gonna work right now. So it's gonna be something that I need to address later. So we're gonna just work with what we've got. I'm gonna take a little tiny paintbrush and we're gonna try to get that little tiny edge that you can see It won't be perfect, but we'll fix it later. It's time to scrape off all of our excess paint. Hopefully this will be a little bit easier because it was a little stickier on the outside because it's so humid. Inside it's a little bit more controlled. We have air conditioning, which kind of has a dehumidifying effect. So this is also an interior paint. So let's see how easy it is to scrape it off. So much easier, like way easier. Got everything nice and cleaned up, including the floor. So we are ready to do our window films. First I'm going to measure each one, and then we're going to use scissors and maybe this to cut out 18 rectangles. So one thing to note is this has like a film, so this is not sticky as is. So I've just been using some of this packing tape here, and I'm putting it like on the corner here, sticking it on the back, and helping to pull it off. See? And this is sticky. Okay, I just want to see if we're going to make this work. So I'm going to test out one and then I'll cut out a bunch. And this is what is called Slip, which my husband makes. And I think it's a combination of water, alcohol, and baby shampoo. So we're going to try, should we just try this one on the left here? Okay, you spray it on and so we've got this on, and then we've got a little bit extra on this side. So I'm gonna just take this straight edge, just trim off. What I will say is I would let your paint cure more. It's, I'm gonna have some touch-up work to do, that's for sure. But it looks good. But yes, we're gonna have some, definitely have some touch-up. Isn't that cool? Isn't that actually so cool? The only thing is I should have waited longer for the paint to cure, but I didn't really have that option. So I'm gonna have lots of touch-up. I'll show you. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. When I do touch-up, it will be with a very tiny brush like this, so that's how we'll get it to look good. Last one. So I'm taking a straight edge. If I got a little excess, it creates like an air bubble. So I take a blade and just cut into it and cut it off. Okay. We've got a lot of touch-up painting to do, but it looks really good. But for this episode, we're gonna head back outside and we'll do the touch-up paint a little later. All right, do you guys remember this outdoor table that I built? It also doubles as a chess table. Well, I've decided we need something a little bit bigger, maybe square, that will seat 4 people instead of just 2. Now we gotta start laying tile. So all we're gonna do is peel this back, and we're gonna just do it little at a time. So I built the chairs. I love them. They are so pretty, and I will link those if you're interested in them because I am really impressed and I like them. So this is what I really hate here, and this is what we're trying to disguise with these, which we're still waiting for the new cypress bushes. I had originally got 2 per pot. Now I think that it's gonna look more correct by doing 3 in each one of these. I think we're gonna need to order them. It's kind of last minute notice. They're only $20 a piece. So you have to buy them in sets of 2, but they're like 40 bucks. I can get 2 here by tomorrow, so that is perfect. With that on hold till we get our other cedar bushes. I'm gonna build an end table that's a little bit bigger, and maybe we can put something on it like, I don't know, like a flower arrangement or plant or something, but I'm hoping that like the end table itself will disguise a lot. So let's go inside and build that. It is way too hot and humid outside, so I am going to build an end table in here. So we're gonna work in here for a second where it's nice and air conditioned. I actually got this months ago, so I hope it's in good condition because it's probably past return. So this is just, what I like about this is it's like an end table, but it has storage. We should make a centerpiece for this table. And so what I'm thinking is something kind of like what's here, but a little bit more organized. So I'm gonna try to cut it as little as possible, but I need it to stay in place. When we mulched these, when I did the patio makeover, I didn't put near enough mulch on it, so I did not make that mistake again. So we are going to do 3 bags around these bushes just to make it look a little bit more polished, because that didn't hold up very well. So this black mulch will dye your hands black, but I'm too lazy to go grab some gloves. If you're ready to tackle your own DIY transformations, don't forget to grab my free 7-step guide to starting and finishing stunning DIYs on a budget. This guide will help you plan, start, and actually finish your projects without the overwhelm, so you can create beautiful spaces you're proud of, even if you're working on a tight budget. The link to grab your free guide is in the description box below. We are going to do all of the finishing details. This will probably be the very last thing that we address. Okay, so I had these planters on my front porch. They're faux topiaries. I had planted them in regular soil because they were on a covered patio, and I like the look of the natural soil. It makes it look a little bit more realistic, if you will. It is collecting all kinds of water, and it's kind of disgusting. So what we're going to do is we're going to knock it over again and then we're going to drill some drainage holes so the water will drain out and we don't have this gross standing water issue. So here we go. I'm going to try to not make a mess, and so I'm going to lay down like a garbage bag. It will help catch the soil. So now we're finally to the fun stuff, and we're still waiting on those cedar bushes, the tree things. They were supposed to be delivered the next day. Well, it's 3 days later. It says it's out for delivery. I have no idea what time it's gonna get here, but what we're gonna do in the meantime is everything else. We're gonna make everything else beautiful. We're gonna get everything the way we want it, and then we will do that kind of last. And the first thing that we're gonna do is decide on the pillows. So I have most of the pillows I'm pretty sure on. There are 2 pillows that I am trying to decide between. So the first one I want to show you is these ones right here. I got these at Home Goods, and I ran into Barbara. She was so sweet. Hi Barbara, it was so nice to meet you. And I bought these for these chairs. I don't know if these were meant to go outside, to be honest with you, but this is covered and it doesn't like really get too wet ever. And I just thought this looked so comfy to put as like a lumbar pillow. Now it's kind of big, but both my husband and I like a good lumbar pillow, so I was really excited about that. So we're gonna put those here. We're gonna place the pillows now that I am set on, which is these, and I actually used the same pillow cover in the surprise makeover for Debbie, and I had some extra, so we're gonna put those there, and I am certain on that. What I like about this is it has grays and taupes and tans with the black, and so that will kind of pull our whole overall look together. And there's a dolly leash. I don't know what that's doing there. Okay. This is our IKEA hack pillow, if you remember from that episode. And that has always been going right here. And so I'm set on these pillows. I'm happy with them. I love it. Now, the ones that I'm deciding between. It's either this pillow or this pillow, and I'm just gonna put them on and then make a decision. Okay, we're gonna step back and look at this and see what we think. Well, I didn't line them up exactly right. I like that. I almost wonder what it would look like if I flip-flop these though. Okay, if we had that like that. I kind of like that, because see how these are kind of like the same like tone-ish. So that's option number 1. And oh, I like how those match that pillow. So I am leaning in that direction. However, I want to see these ones because I've liked these ones as well. And so, oh, I do like that too. Oh gosh, this is a tough call. What would you do? Well, guess what the good news is I have a sliding table here. Woo! See how nice that is? and I am going to store these extra pillows because I think I am leaning in the other direction. We're gonna store these extra pillows in here in case we change our mind. Do you remember these? We did these on a previous episode. I love these. I ordered these from Amazon. And this is just a Dollar Tree trash can from the Dollar Tree Plus section. And then we potted them up, and I think it's gonna be so cute. And since I'm not really doing lamps, I'm gonna put them up here. It might seem like a lot, but I like it. I've had this end table for years and years. I got it at Target, and it's still going strong. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while here, you might recognize this bench. This was at my dining table for a long time. I am not doing anything with it in this episode. However, if you also saw, I have redone my dining table, and now that table is a dark brown stain and a black base. So I could see myself doing that so that if we ever need extra seating, we can just grab this and take it in. What I really want is to do maybe like an outdoor fireplace table, one of those long skinny ones. Maybe I'll DIY it, or maybe I'll buy something. But in the meantime, I'm happy with this, and I might go get those Dollar Tree lanterns that we did in a previous episode too. So this is looking really cute. We're almost done here. So these are our Dollar Tree lanterns with our Dollar Tree candles, and just some greenery that's gotten all messed up, but we'll straighten it out here. And we will just set these here. This was another DIY project. I knocked out some of these river stones, so I'll go grab a couple more of those. This helps keep away the bugs because it's got citronella in it. So I just need to go get a few more river stones, and then that is available to light. So we're gonna start prepping it, and the first thing we're gonna do is I 3D printed these little lion's heads, and we're gonna put one of these on the center. We're gonna attach it with silicone adhesive, which is really sturdy, and it should withstand the elements and the test of time, and it's black. So okay, so I want all these trees to be at the same height, and I don't want this to weigh like 1,000,000 pounds by filling it all full of soil. It would be wasteful to do that, especially, and it would make it really, really heavy. So my plan here is to put this in, and then I'm going to actually take some garbage bags, and we're gonna line the inside of this and kind of tape it into place using this. And because once we have these set, I'm going to use spray foam insulation to hold it into place, which will be lightweight. And then over the top of that, then we'll put like a light layer of soil, or maybe even some black pretty stones or whatever. But yeah, so that's what we're got going. So we'll put this together, and I'll bring you along for the ride. The cypress trees finally came, and guess what? They're not identical. In fact, I'm debating whether or not I want to send them back. It's like such a subtle difference. It's a little skinnier, and I could maybe keep working on it and fluffing it out a little bit. And it's about 2 inches shorter, so I could maybe fudge that a little bit, give it a little height. I'm trying to decide how much it annoys me. Does it annoy me enough to return it and go through that hassle, or do I just work with it and maybe it will grow on me? I don't know. Either way, so I've decided to change my strategy here. So my original strategy was to put them in place, then spray foam insulation in there to hold everything in place. Plus it's very lightweight because it's like a foam product. And then after that dried, put a layer of soil over the top so it looks like they're planted. And so that was my plan. However, since I don't know that I want to keep them for sure, what I've decided to do is I'm going to take the 2 that I'm not sure on, and we are going to put the pots in a Ziploc bag and zip it as close as possible. and then we're gonna pour in just soil for now, and we're just gonna plant them and not make it permanent. And so that's what I've decided to do, just because I may return these, and this is to protect the pot. And I could also like wipe it off and everything, but we're gonna give it a try for a few days and see what we think. Well, in true Florida fashion, it's raining as we complete this project. This patio now feels like a true extension of our home, cozy and functional, and it proves you can create high-end outdoor room on a budget with a little creativity, planning, and DIY hustle. If you loved this transformation, be sure to check out my outdoor DIY playlist linked below to keep the inspiration going for your own projects. And remember, if you're ready to ditch the lawnmower and reclaim your weekends, check out Navimow. I will leave a link in my description box below. You won't regret it. And share it with a friend who needs a little patio inspiration in their life. And remember, you are powerful. I'll see you next time. Bye. And now it's really coming down. Good thing we're in the covered patio.